Hello, good evening, everyone. Myself, CA Daya Bansal, Vasai branch chairperson. It's my privilege to welcome all of you on today's webinar on practical aspect on search and seizure, organized by the Direct Tax Committee. The chairperson of the Direct Tax CPU, Sajid sir, and Vice Chairman Vishnu Kumar Agarwal sir with us. This indeed a very relevant and insightful topic as a search and seizure proceeding play a crucial role in the field of taxation and compliances. Understanding a practical aspect help the professional handle the situation with the confidence and clarity. How that confidence and clarity we can come for that guidance Vishnu sir with us. We are truly honored to have with us our today's speaker Vishnu Kumar Agarwal sir, who will be sharing their valuable knowledge and real life experience on this important subject. I extend warm welcome to all respected member, participant, guests, technical team who have joined us today. Your presence encourages us to continue organize such enriching session. Before starting the session, as per the protocol of I will give the brief profile of our today's speaker. I know today's speaker Vishnu sir did not require any intro as a protocol. Vishnu sir,
Daya ji, our chairman has also joined. So first
welcome,
you,
welcome you, sir.
yes, yes.
Just see, welcome you, sir. Our chairman Vishnu sir, Vice Chairman Vishnu sir, and Chairman Piyush Chajit sir with us. So before go to on the profile of the Vice Chairman, I will intro our Chairman sir also. Both did not require the intro, but as the protocol of I will follow. Piyush sir is a 25 experience of extensive expertise as a senior partner of Chartered Dosi Chartered Accountant firm. This firm is located in Mumbai. His education background post as a bachelor degree in BCom from the Narsi Monji College of Commerce and Economy in Mumbai. He also held a diploma of information system audit. This rich educational foundation has occupied with the knowledge and expertise to excel in the infra relief of the finance and taxation. He is expert in the litigation and advisory. Piyush sir has the significant contribution to the finance and accountancy landscape of both the national and international level. He was a member of Central Council member from the 2022 to 25, and this year this is the second term for the 2025 to 29. Within the ICI, he served all the three standing committee, executive, examination, and finance, surpassing his multi-faced understanding of the committee. He is currently the chairman Tax Committee and Vice Chairman of the Expert of the Asian Federation of the Exam and other statutory requirement of the business in SAR countries of South Asian Federation of Accounts. He is the board on the board of the
That's
Viplas
all
Limited,
there.
Fellow Word
I
and
can start.
Multimass.
That's all. You don't require wrong.
Welcome, sir, on behalf of the ICI in this webinar. Vishnu Kumar Agrawal, sir, as you all know, the Central Council member for the term of 25 to 29.
I request first our speak our chairman and then you introduce me.
Before that intro, I request the
Yes.
chairman, please
Thank you,
welcome our
Dayaji for your
audience.
thank you, Dayaji, for your introduction and chairperson of Vasai Brand. Thank you for joining this and moderating this session. And in fact, I would tell you, you are privileged, and I'm also privileged when my vice chairman, Sri Vishnu Agarwal himself is speaker, and it's such a great opportunity. And I think so, as a chairman of Direct Tax Committee, I'm privileged today, and I'm so proud when my vice chairman is taking such an important topic on search and seizure, and who is himself an expert. I'm sure it would be a wonderful 2 hour session. So, all audiences, a very good evening to you. My only request to you, please be tuned to this screen today, 2 hours. I am sure you will find such practical solutions today because I'm working with him hand on, and of course, I know him since more than when he was a WIC chairman. But last 1 year, I worked with him hand on so much, and his practical knowledge and his practical ability to solve any issues is great. So I think so. It would be a wonderful session. If you have any questions, you please put up on the screen. I'm sure Daya will put forward to Vice Chairman Vishnuji, and he will be taking it. So thank you very much, Vishnu Bhai, for taking this session. Thank you very much. I'm so proud of you. Coming to Direct Tax Committee, obviously, Chairman and Vice Chairman, we both are working together. Almost now we are in month of December. because November is 10th. And I'm sure all the members are also free today because 10th of November, ultimately extended date of tax audit is over. So I'm sure you can devote to us very quietly, calmly. You may have some tax returns to be filed, but you have a time up till 10th of October, 10th of December, sorry. But anyways, I know most of you have filed the tax returns also. So it's the right time to now upgrade yourself, to learn something which you have not covered. So you can implement it for the next year. So it's a very important time to, and that's why you generally see in November and December, people do concentrate on continuing professional education also. So please be attentive to it. Coming to our certain initiatives of Direct Tax Committee, obviously last week also I was discussing, but after the last week, today we have already sent, as I had updated you, we had made a pre-budget presentation to the Chairman Direct Tax Committee, and that meeting was very wonderful. Of course, Vice Chairman was at USA that time due to some IFAC meeting, he could not attend it, but that meeting was so wonderful. And Chairman CBDT expressed his desire that Institute and the CBDT should work as if we are working. It's not you and me, it should be we concept. In fact, he also told that let us come out with some FAQs which can be jointly also, or if FAQs are designed by ICI, we can have a look at it and issued on certain important sections of Income Tax Act, which can bring down the litigation. So we have already, our office has already started working on that. We have chosen two important topics. One is in relation to TDS, second is in relation to reopening also, wherein we will be building up some FAQs and try to discuss it with CBDT. If some joint FAQs can come, I think so that would be one of the major steps in the history of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And once Chairman has expressed his desire on that, I believe something positive will come out. We'll put our efforts, we'll see to it whatever has been expressed becomes a reality. That would be our idea. Secondly, after that meeting, when we gave our pre-budget presentation for 2 hours, that meeting went and we made 50, more than 50 suggestions were given on PPT. Another document today has gone off additional suggestions to the chairman, along with an important area which has been discussed on social media also. If that also has been taken very positively, like introducing the joint tax returns in case of husband and wife. And that's a very important social impact which can be made. We are trying to make, we made suggestion last year also. It was being considered positively, but obviously that requires a lot of overhaul in the Income Tax Act itself. So how far it would be, when we discussed that, obviously there was a positive response from them. But obviously, I'm sure, as I always say, if it is not accepted today, it will be done tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Our duty is to bring whatever suggestions we can give for the betterment of this economy, for the betterment of the assessees, for the betterment of the profession. We'll definitely do that. We'll keep escalating that. On another note, on ease of doing business, which I was talking to you also, and we are part of joint working group formed by Ministry of Revenue for bringing simplification in tax laws. And I believe tentatively there would be a meeting which is going to happen on 20th, a joint meeting with Ministry of Revenue. Of course, date has not yet been confirmed, but they had sought our confirmation whether 20th we will be holding a meeting. So if 20th that meeting happens, again there would be a discussion happening around what could be the simplification steps can be taken. I'll just give you an example. If somebody has seen the media, even the Niti Aayog had released a paper whereby a decriminalization was the one of the most important issue raised in those working papers, whereby they had suggested, and that suggestion in fact had gone from institute itself, that out of 37 provisions, criminal provisions in the Income Tax Act, whether it can be brought down to 5. So the ease of doing business of Ministry of Revenue revolves around that, bringing down such provisions, which makes easier for the corporates to do business. So I'll not take much of time. I have a vice chairman today, the learned speaker, C. Vishnu Agarwal ji with us. And I'm sure, obviously, he's all aware about the initiatives. You can not only put about income tax, you can also put any questions about Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So please be open, write whatever you want to. I'm sure you'll get an answer. So thank you very much once again, Vishnu bhai, for joining and taking this of being a speaker, because it's your duty to be a vice chairman and to be this part of session, but taking as a speaker as a session. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daya. Always you have been very supportive for Direct Tax Committee. I know you yourself
Thank you.
as the
The both
chairman
are
of a Vasai
inspiration
branch.
for us, sir.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Daya.
Yeah, thank you, sir. With us, the speaker and vice chairman of the Direct Tax Committee, Vishnu sir, currently Central Council member, and the vice chairman of Direct Tax Committee, and estimated member of the several key committee, including the Finance, in the standing committee, executive committee, management committee, and finance committee. He has the expertise in the income tax matter like search, survey proceeding, Benami and black money proceeding, IT-80 proceeding, and income tax litigation. A renowned speaker and author, he has delivered the so many lectures on the direct tax litigation matter across the India. He has also authored of book Landmark Judgment of Income Tax. So we are very glad that today speaker is Central Council member, Vice Chairman of the committee, and the author of the book Landmark Judgment of the Income Tax. He has the leader quality, as we all know from the 2017-18. He was the former chairman of the WRC, three consecutive continuous year 2010 to 19 as a regional council member of WRC of ICI, represent WRC before various government authorities. He is wholly involved in the social activity also. So many social sanstha's he have the members. Aravali Agrawal Samaj, Lions Club of Mumbai, RVG Alumni and Vasai CA Student Hostel, Bharat Vikas Parishad, Rajasthani Seva Sanstha, Sri Jan Mata Prachar Mandal. And as per my personal experience, when the branch level or when the personal level we face any difficulties, Vishnu sir is available 24 hours 7.
Thank you, madam.
Hand over to you.
Thank you, madam. Daya Bansalji, the chairperson of the Vasai branch, respected the chairman of the direct tax committee in the absentia, CA Piyush Chhajed. Friends, before coming to the topic of the search and seizure, first I discuss what we are doing at the direct tax committee. Our chairman Piyush Chhajed has briefed about the direct tax committee, what we are doing at the CBDT level and everywhere. Friends, at the direct tax committee, when new finance act 2025 has came, first myself and our chairman has thought that why from the direct tax committee, why we not should print our direct tax income tax act 2025, because each and every publishing house is selling in the 2000 rupees, 2500 rupees and 3000 rupees, and my each and every chartered accountant is buying the income tax act 2025. Friends, in the immediate we have taken the decision for printing the income tax act 2025, and it is available on the our cell counter in 500 rupees only. So I request each one of you, please take the maximum benefit of the income tax act 2025. Friends, at the same time, from our direct tax committee, we have also came out with the revised guidance note 2025 44 AB, because lot of changes were there. At the direct tax committee, we have thought that why we not bring out the revised guidance note for the income tax tax audit. Friends, at the same time, we have also came out with the all the ITR forms 1 to 7 for benefit of our all the members and our new young chartered accountant. Friends, we have interacted with the CBDT Finance Ministry so many times for the benefit of each and every member, stakeholders, and also we have given so many representation before the CBDT. Friends, with these words, the chairman has given the topic search and seizure today for benefit of our all the members. Friends, with my limited knowledge of the search and seizure, just I am briefing what is search and seizure. Whenever any search is happen on any of our client, friends, we chartered accountant, some of our chartered accountant is doing the practice in the search and seizure, and most of our chartered accountant is not doing the search and seizure practice. As per my personal experience, not more than 300 chartered accountant is doing the practice of the search and seizure across the country. But we have to knowledge of search and seizure. Lot of searches are going on, lot of surveys is done by the income tax department. Whenever any search is done by the income tax department on our client, we always goes to the another chartered accountant, expert chartered accountant, who is doing the practice in the search and seizure. But as a chartered accountant, as a practicing chartered accountant, as a member of the industry's chartered accountant, we have to knowledge what is search, what is seizure, what is survey. If we have not a limited knowledge of the search and seizure, friends, always we are believe on the another chartered accountant, and we are always believe that we have not a knowledge of the search and seizure, and always we go to the another chartered accountant to take the opinion. And sometime I have also, it is happened that whenever we go to the another chartered accountant to take the opinion, and our client has interact with the another chartered accountant, sometime we lose also our client. So my advice to each one of us that we have to have the knowledge of the search and seizure. In spite of that, whenever search is happen, always we chartered accountant is also afraid that search is happen on my client, what will be happen in the near future. Friends, I request each one of you, it is a very limited section of the search and seizure. Our limited chartered accountant is doing the practice in the search and seizure. So take the each and every knowledge of the search and seizure of the all the section. How do the proceed in the investigation wing, how do the proceed in the central circle, how do the appeals in the ITAT of the search and seizure cases. Friends, what are the possible reasons to do the searches on our client? Many times it is seen that, friends, the possible reason of the search and seizure is the transaction which is the unused transaction is taken by the client, like the bogus transaction of the bogus purchase and the expenses, bogus sale, bogus loan taken, bogus capital gain, bogus donation, bogus CSR expenses, any information basis search, any financial intelligence unit search, any the information came from the another department inside portal of the income tax department, information gathered during the course of the another search. These are the possible reasons to done the search by the income tax department. Friends, whenever any search is happen, always the chartered accountant, always the promoter of the company, always the person who has searched, always confused that why the search is done on me. So these are the possible reasons why the search is done on any of the person. Friends, most of the searches are by the department in the finance intelligence unit inside portal, and the information from the another department like GST department, enforcement director department, we also shared all the information to the income tax department. Income tax department is also share the information with another department. So these are the possible reason: bogus loan entry, bogus purchase and expenses, and bogus donation. These are again the most important criteria for the search. What is the difference between income tax search and RAID? Income tax search and income tax RAID both are the same thing, friends. Sometime in our common language, we always says that the income tax RAID has been happened today, and income tax search is the technical word by the income tax department. So income tax search and the income tax RAID both are the same thing in the we use the word that income tax search has been done on the so and so person. Sometimes we say that the income tax RAID has been done. Friends, how the income tax search is prepared and how the income tax search is done by the department and happen on the our client. Friend, first, the income tax it is prepared by the deputy director of the income tax. Deputy director of income tax prepared a detailed note why this search is done on this particular person. Then it is approved by the additional and the joint commissioner of the income tax. Then it goes to the principal director of the income tax. Then it finally it goes to the DG, director general of the income tax. Whenever any search is prepared by the deputy director of income tax, he analyzes whole of the last 6 year return, all his social media, all the high value transaction, and then finally he concluded that this particular person has evasion the tax. Then he prepare one confidential note and put before the additional commissioner and the joint commissioner of the DIT. Then the DIT, when DIT has satisfied, additional DIT has satisfied that if this prepared note by the DDIT, then he put for in the principal DIT. When principal DIT again is satisfied that that this note is prepared by the DDIT is right and approved by the additional DIT and the joint DIT, then it goes to the DGIT. Finally, when DGIT approved that particular note, then this search has been happen on any of the person. Friends, what is the search process. Friends, just this is the 6-minute movie. First I play this movie, just you see this movie, and again then I will discuss the process of the search. So first,
कौन है आप? आपको किससे मिलना है?
हम राजू भाई से मिलना चाहते हैं।
लेकिन राजू भाई को मिलने का आपने समय लिया है?
तुम अंदर जाओ, प्लीज अंदर जाओ।
हमारा उनसे पर्सनल काम है, आप प्लीज हमें उनसे मिलवाइए। भाई,
आप लोग, क्या बात है?
राजू भाई नमस्ते, मेरा नाम विकास श्रीवास्तव है। मैं इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट में असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर हूँ। बाकी सब भी इनकम टैक्स के अधिकारी हैं। हम आपके घर की तलाशी लेना चाहते हैं। आप मेरा आई कार्ड देख सकते हैं।
आप शायद मुझे जानते नहीं है। किसने भेजा है आपको? मैं आपके कमिश्नर साहब को फोन करता हूँ, चीफ कमिश्नर
राजू भाई देखिए, हमारे पास आपके घर की तलाशी का वारंट है।
अरे ऐसे बहुत वारंट देखे हैं मैंने। मैं अभी फोन करता हूँ, आपके चीफ, फोन लाना।
पापा 1 मिनट, पहले मुझे इनका आई कार्ड और वारंट चेक कर लेने दीजिए।
हेलो
पापा 1 मिनट, पहले मुझे वारंट तो चेक कर लेने दीजिए।
करो।
ये वारंट तो सही लगता है।
देखिए राजू भाई, अगर आप चाहें तो हम सबकी तलाशी ले सकते हैं।
नहीं नहीं, इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं, आपको जो करना है कीजिए आप।
देखिए ये आपका हक बनता है और हमें कोई इतराज नहीं।
नहीं नहीं, आप कीजिए, आपका जो कोई भी।
ठीक है। दूसरी बात यह है राजू भाई कि हमें आपके इलाके से 2 सम्मानित और इज्जतदार इंसानों को पंचों के रूप में बुलाना होगा।
देखिए ये
मेरी बात सुनिए, आप नाम सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ध्यान में रखिए कि उन दोनों को तलाशी पूरे होने तक यहाँ मौजूद रहना होगा।
देखिए सर, बात यह है कि मैं नहीं चाहता कि बाहर वाले आके जाने हमारे घर में क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं। आपको जो कुछ भी करना है आप कर लीजिए ना।
जी नहीं राजू भाई, मैं समझता हूँ, लेकिन तलाशी सिर्फ विटनेस के सामने हो सकती है।
हम
पापा, विटनेस का होना कानूनन जरूरी है और फिर ये हमारे अपने हित में है।
हम दोनों इनके पड़ोसी हैं।
एक्सक्यूज मी, मेरे बेटे का स्कूल का जाने का वक्त हुआ है, क्या ये स्कूल जा सकता है?
जी हाँ, लेकिन पहले स्कूल बैग चेक करना होगा।
प्लीज, ये मेरी पर्सनल अलमारी है, इसे आप लोग हाथ मत लगाइए, इसमें मेरी कुछ पर्सनल चीजें हैं।
मैडम, आप प्लीज परेशान मत होइए, इस अलमारी की सर्च मैं खुद ही करूंगी, तब यहाँ कोई आदमी नहीं।
ओके?
लीजिए पापा, पानी पीजिए।
नहीं, मुझे नहीं चाहिए।
राजू भाई पानी।
नहीं नहीं, आई एम फाइन, प्लीज।
क्या हम हमारे फैमिली डॉक्टर को बुला सकते हैं?
हाँ जी
जरूर।
प्लीज यहीं पर वेट कर कीजिए।
राजू भाई, आपका बीपी थोड़ा बढ़ गया है, लेकिन घबराने की कोई बात नहीं है। आप ऐसे भी हाइपरटेंशन के मरीज हैं। ये दवाई ले लीजिए, सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा। ओके, चीयर अप।
पापा घबराओ मत, इनकम टैक्स वाले टैक्स ही तो लगाएंगे ना, जो भी टैक्स बनेगा हम उसे भर देंगे। आप प्लीज घबराइए मत।
बहुत सारी ज्वेलरी है यहाँ।
ये सारी ज्वेलरी मैंने पिछले 20 साल में इकट्ठा की है, आप ये सारी ज्वेलरी लेकर जाएंगे?
देखिए मैडम, जो ज्वेलरी आप सबने अपने रिटर्न्स में फाइल किया उसे हम छोड़ देंगे, और वैसे भी हम घर के सदस्यों के हिसाब से रूल्स के मुताबिक कुछ ज्वेलरी छोड़ देंगे।
मैडम खाना तैयार है।
खाने का समय हो रहा है। अगर आप लोगों की इजाजत हो तो हम खाना खा लें।
जी ऑफ कोर्स।
वैसे आप सब लोगों के लिए भी बनाया है।
जी नहीं शुक्रिया, हमारे लंच के पैकेट्स हमने बाहर से मंगवा लिए। थैंक यू।
जी। देख रहे हैं।
अरे ये सब कहाँ ले जा रहे हैं आप लोग? ये सब क्या कर रहे हैं?
पापा स्टॉप।
एक्सक्यूज मी, आपकी स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड कर।
मुझे कोई स्टेटमेंट नहीं देनी।
राजू भाई सुनिए, ये देखिए ये आपकी डायरी, पेज नंबर 3 पे लिखा है कि रमेश और सुरेश ने आपको और आपकी पत्नी को 50-50 लाख रुपयों की गिफ्ट।
पापा घबराइए मत, जो भी ये पूछ रहे हैं इनका सही सही जवाब दीजिए। अच्छा है कि सारी बातें साफ हो जाए, और वैसे भी जो भी टैक्स बनेगा हम दे देंगे पापा।
तो ये रमेश और सुरेश कौन है, और इन्होंने आपको और आपकी पत्नी को इतनी बड़ी गिफ्ट क्यों दी?
अब आपसे क्या छुपाना, ये सब मैंने गलत एंट्रियां ली थी। श्रीवास्तव साहब, क्या आपने मेरी ऑफिस, फैक्ट्री, गोडाउन हर जगह रेड कर दी है?
जी हाँ राजू भाई, विभिन्न शहरों में आपके सारे ठिकानों को कवर किया।
अरे क्या कर रहे हैं आप? वहां मेरे करोड़ों का सामान रखा हुआ है, करोड़ों का माल रखा हुआ है, मेरा बिजनेस ठप हो जाएगा, बर्बाद हो जाऊंगा मैं।
नहीं राजू भाई, चिंता मत कीजिए। देखिए, नए रूल्स के मुताबिक बिजनेस स्टॉक को जब्त नहीं किया जा सकता, उसे इवैल्यूएट करते हैं और जो एक्सेस स्टॉक मिलता है सिर्फ उस पर टैक्स लगता है। ओके?
मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
राजू भाई, हमारी सर्च पूरी हो चुकी है, हमने ये पंचनामा बनाया, इसमें आपसे घर से पाई गई सारी चीजें या जब्त की गई चीजों की लिस्ट है, इसे आप ध्यान से पढ़िए और फिर साइन कीजिए। उसके बाद पंचों की साइन ली जाएगी। इस पंचनामे और एनेक्स्चर्स की एक एक कॉपी आपको भी दी जाएगी। ये रही आपकी कॉपी। अब हमें इजाजत दीजिए, अगर आप चाहें तो हमारी तलाश ले सकते हैं। नमस्ते नमस्ते, चलिए।
हम सब लोग तो खामखा घबरा गए थे, इन सब लोगों का व्यवहार तो कितना अच्छा था।
देख लिया पापा, मैं हमेशा आपको समझाती थी कि हमें अपनी आमदनी पर पूरे समय से अपना टैक्स दे देना चाहिए, मगर आप तो इनकम टैक्स का नाम लेके ही घबराते थे और आपका बीपी भी हाई रहता था। चलिए, अब सारा टेंशन दूर हुआ ना, और भविष्य में किसी भी टैक्स की कोई चोरी नहीं करेंगे और देश के अच्छे नागरिक बनेंगे, है ना पापा?
हाँ बेटी।
Friends, this is the 6-minute short movie. How the process of the search and what is the power of the authorized officer, what is the duties of the person, what is the warrant, and what is the witness. Warrant is the most important document during the course of the search. Warrant is the very confidential paper. Warrant is not handed over to the SSC during the course of the search. Only warrant is seen by the SSC and on the signature with the two independent punch, and again handed over to the assessing officer and the search party. Friends, what are the powers of the authorized officer? It must be known. Enter and search the premises. The authorized officer can enter into the search premises. And which search premises they can enter? Again, it is a very important point. Friends, on the search warrant, whatever address is mentioned, only that premises the search party can enter. For example, if any person have 4 bungalows, 4 shops, 8 godowns, and on the search warrant, only one bungalow name address is printed, and only 2 office premises name is printed, then they can enter only the respected which is written on the search warrant. Only that strict to that only. Friends, they cannot enter which is not mentioned in the search warrant. Search warrant is very important document for the search. Search individual entering and leaving the premises. Whenever any person is entering the any premises of the search party, the search party can take the search whenever he enter and whenever he is leaving. Break or open locks to the access restricted areas. Friends, if any key of the any locks, if you will not provide it to the search party, they can break and open the locks of any restricted areas. Inspect books and other documents or the information. Any of the documents and any of the books of account, they can inspect and they take the information from the party. Seek assistance from the police wherever is necessary. If any person is not cooperative, they can call the police department for taken the assistance from the police department. Seize the books of account, document, money, etc. from the search premises. Record statement of the individual and pass the restricted order or the PO order at any time during the course of the search. Friends, these are the powers of the authorized officer. And what is the duties of the authorized officer? It is again must to know. Allow children to go to school. If during the course of search, if any children want to go to school, hospital, any person want to go to hospital, the search party will allow them to go to the school and the hospital. Don't threaten, abuse, or use insane language. Allow meals, medicine, and rest at the normal hours. Maintain very cool temperament and be alert. Leave the premises only after informing the SSC. Friends, they cannot be threatened to any of the person. They can give the timely give the meals, medicine, and rest at the normal times. Maintain the very cool and calm temperament during the course of the search, and when they leave the premises after informing to the SSC that we are leaving this particular premises. What are the right of the search person? This is again very much to know. The SSC can demand to see the search warrant. Search warrant is very important document. Sometimes what happens, friends, there are two persons in the same building in like Mumbai, Delhi, in the big places. There is no bungalow system. There is flat system. There are two persons is living in the same building. Mr. K. Mr. Verma is living on the first floor. Mr. Verma is also living on the third floor. If search warrant is the Mr. Verma for the first floor and the search party went on the third floor, whether they can enter on the third floor, the answer is very well no. Only they can enter on the premises of the first floor of Mr. Verma. Friends, so see the search warrant that whether the address, whatever search warrant address is having, friends, this address is right or wrong. Friends, they can refuse the entry if it is not the properly signed also, whether the search warrant is signed or not, and whether the search warrant is signed by the particular officer, designated officer or not. Friends, again in the search warrant, it is again important that the name of the officers are written, that Mr. XYZ, this is the income tax officer, this is the deputy director of the income tax, this is the assistant director of the income tax. The name of the officer is also written in the search warrant. Their particular officers is only entering on the search premises or any another officers are entering on the search premises. So the search warrant is very important document during the course of the search. Friends, the SSC can refuse the search until the two independent witnesses arrive. Again, the two independent witness is very important person for the start of the search. Friends, before arriving of the two independent witness, the search party, the department cannot start the search. So always call the very independent to punches from our respective area. My suggestion is not call over the peon, driver, this type of the person who don't know about the search as a witness and as a punchage. Friends, the SEC has the right to female search conducted by the women only. This is again very important that the female search is conducted by the women officer only. This must be done with the respect and the decency. Statement recorded can be verified by the SEC before signing the same. Friends, sometimes some people says that I have not read the statement and I have signed wherever the department want. Friends, this type of the statement after the search is not stand before the eyes of the court. So whenever you sign any statement, first you read each and every statement line by line, whatever written in the statement, and then only you sign. The SEC can continue this normal activity. Friends, As if SEC is going to the mandir, temple, and take the meal, take the rest, take the medicine, all these type of the activities the any person can take during the course of the search. And what is the duties of the search person? It is again very important. Allow free and unherited entry to the search party, see the warrant and sign the same. SEC can't refuse to the sign the warrant. He cannot say that I do not want to sign the warrant, and I will not sign the warrant also. Answer to the question to the best of the knowledge. Whatever question is asked by the department, friends, SEC must have to go through the each and every question and give the answer of each and every question. Sign the statement recorded list of the inventory seized, Panchnama and other related documents. The SEC can't refuse to do the sign on any of the paper which is provided by the department. Ensure the peace is maintained during the course of the search. Do not remove any article from its place. Again, it is very important. And my second point is do not try to destroy and document during the course of the search. There are two important things. Don't remove any article from its place, and don't try to destroy any document during the course of the search, and don't refuse to sign any of the paper. Sign each and every paper, and read each and every statement recorded what is written by the income tax department. Friends, how the search is commenced. Already we have seen in the movie that until and unless two independent punch not come, the search cannot be started. And first you sign the warrant, see the warrant, what is written on the warrant, who is coming to take the search of your premises by the income tax department. These are the important things, and ladies search is done by only the lady officer. So this is the commencement of the search. Two independent witness, respectable witness, always call from your respected area. Always my each and every lecture, always I suggest that not call any driver, peon who has not the knowledge of the income tax, or the basic knowledge of the income tax must be required. Friends, it will be helped during the course of the search, because the two independent person who is the witness of this particular search, they can enter anytime during the course of the search, and go also anytime during the course of the search. If search is going on for the 6 to 7 days, friends, witnesses can come during the course of search at any time. They can see that whether the search is going very well or not. So two independent person of the search from the witness is a very important person during the course of the search. Friends, what is the taken reference to the search warrant? It is again very important thing, friends, that already I have discussed that address is the very important in the search warrant. Friends, if Mr. KJ Sharma is living in the flat number 22, and also Mr. KJ Sharma is living in the 501, same building, flat number is different. With in the search warrant, if he is a KJ Sharma on the flat number 22, whether department can take the search of KJ Sharma 501, answer is very well no. Friends, the importance of the search warrant is address and the signature and the name of the officers who is entering the search premises. So these are the three important things during the course of the search to start the search. Friends, the women can be checked only by the lady members. It is again very important thing, and children can go to school after the search team conducts search of the school bag and etc. Friends, department cannot stop your children to go to the school. Department can't stop any person to go to the hospital, and women can be checked only by the lady members by the red team. These are the important criteria of the search. Again, at any time, if you think fit that we have to call to the doctor and the lawyer during the course of the search, normally chartered accountants and the lawyer are not allowed at the time of the initial days of the search, and after 3 to 4 days, if department permit, then only chartered accountant lawyer can be enter into the search premises. But the doctor, you can call the doctor at the time of the emergency, and the department also will cooperate to call the doctor, and ensure the peace is maintained throughout throughout the duration of the search, and any false statement given and any false evidence given at the time of the search, it again harm for the SSC. Friends, during the course of the search, as per best of my knowledge from last my 20-year practice, friends, there are 5 items during, most important are the 5 items. Number 1, cash, unaccounted cash, unaccounted jewelry, any bogus entry in the form of the loan, share capital, long-term capital gain, any donation, these type of the entries during the course of search, if it is found, this is the harmful to the SEC. So jewelry it is very important criteria in any of the search. Stock in trade, capital assets, by it is the bifurcate for the, in case of the search on the jewelers, whether the jewelry is a part of the stock in trade or the capital assets. If jewelry is a part of the stock in trade, the department can't seize the stock in trade, only they seize the capital assets if it is not disclosed in the income tax return and the wealth tax return. Friends, so I request each of my chartered accountant to advise your client to take the each and every invoice when they buy the jewelry, and also maintain that particular invoice during the your journey, because sometimes searches happen on the 10 years after, 12 years after, 20 years after the jewelry is buying. So it is very difficult to prove after 20 years that this jewelry I have buy before the 20 years. Friends, so I request my client and my chartered accountant advise their client, whenever you buy any jewelry, you take the invoice from the jewelers and also kept in the safe, because it is, when it is will required, we don't know. Friends, the 500 grams jewelry for the female, 250 gram jewelry for unmarried women, and 100 grams jewelry for the male person, 850 grams jewelry the department can't seize from any of the person. If there are 5 people in the family, then accordingly how many women, how many children, and how many male people are there, according to that the jewelry is bifurcated, and whatever jewelry is disclosed in the income tax return and the wealth tax return, other than 850 grams jewelry, department can't seize. Friends, in your search premises, any books of account, documents, money, bullion, and jewelry is found, you can't say that this money, bullion, jewelry, and documents is not belongs to me. The department always presume that whatever jewelry, money, bullion, documents, papers, diary is found from your premises, each and every documents and these all the things are belongs to you. Unless and until you prove that this particular diary and this particular books of account, this particular money, jewelry is belongs to XYZ person, and XYZ person again confirm that these all the documents are belongs to me, and the department is also satisfied that these all the things are belongs to that particular person, that matter is another. Otherwise, the department is always presume that whatever documents, money, bullion, jewelry is found from your premises, each and every thing belongs to you. Friends, again the question comes for the statement of the recording. Statement recording is the, again very important criteria for the search, how you give the answer and what question is asked by the department. Normally 5 6 question initial stage the department is asked. Number 1, what is your name, what is your address, how much cash you have, how much jewelry you have, how many houses you have, any recent marriage and function in your family, whether it is done or not, what is your locker details, how many vehicles you have, how many factories you have. These type of the initial question is asked by the investigation department at the time of the search, at the time of the recording the statement, whether you have taken the sound sleep or not. These type of the initial questions, question asked by the department. Friends, what item can be seized by the department? It is again very important question. Sometimes people are confused that whether jewelry can be seized or not, whether cash has been seized or not. So what item is seized during the course of search is again very important. Unaccounted cash, jewelry, gold, bullions, each and everything which is not recorded in your bookshop account and not disclosed in the wealth tax return, that item can be seized by the income tax department. Books of account, cheats, diary, all the diary, unaccounted diary which is maintained by the SSC, they can seize during the course of the search. Computer hard disks, other data storage, and the property document, these type of the documents is seized by the income tax department during the course of the search. Friends, there is the list of the inventory which is given by the income tax department, that what jewelry is found and what is the seized. This is the specimen performa by the income tax department. Whatever the jewelry they found during the course of the search, the inventory in this particular performa, and what are the property jewelry is seized by the income tax department, again they are inventoried in this particular performa. Whatever cash is found and what is cash is seized, whatever books of account is seized by the income tax department, all these are the specimen performa of the department. In this, the cash is found, and whatever cash is seized by the income tax department, this cash is inventoried in this particular performa, and whatever books of account and other valuable article and things, this is seized by the department. This is inventory in this particular specimen performa. Item which cannot be seized. Stock in trade. Stock in trade is not seized by the income tax department. Only if excess stock is found during the course of the search, the excess stock is valued and it is taxed by the income tax department during the course of the assessment proceeding. Items which is not disclosed in the income tax and the wealth tax return, item appearing in the books of account, cash for which explanation is not given, whatever cash is found and explanation is not given, cash is not accounted in books of account, cash is not belongs to his family members, that item is seized by the income tax department. And jewelry mentioned in the wealth tax return, gold up to 500 grams for the married woman, 250 grams for unmarried woman, and 100 grams per male members of the family. It is not seized by the income tax department. And jewelry, if department is satisfied that this jewelry belongs to this person, which is again not disclosed in the books of account, but status of the person, if the department is thinks fit that, then again it is not seized by the income tax department. So most important criteria is 500 gram male female member, 250 gram for unmarried women, and 100 gram for the male members. 850 grams gold is not seized by the income tax department. Sometime our SSC asked whether the diamond can be seized by the income tax department. Whether diamond is part of the 850 gram, answer is no. Diamond is not part of this 850 gram. Again, the question is asked by our SSC whether bullion is part of 850 gram. No, bullion is not part of 850 gram. Only jewelry is part of the 850 gram. Again, one question is asked by our SSC. Women having only 400 gram jewelry. Unmarried unmarried woman is having 150 gram jewelry, and male member is having 200 gram jewelry. So whether this 100 excess gram jewelry is belongs to the woman, friends, in the whole of the family, I have seen in my life that 850 grams jewelry is not seized by the department. So, and balance, see, if it is not disclosed in the income tax return and the wealth tax return, department is seized and PO of all the jewelry. So again, it is very important. Stock in trade is not seized by the department. And in the case of the jewelers, it is bifurcated that this is the stock in trade and this is the capital assessed in case of the jewelers. Friends, what is the prohibitory order? Whenever search is done by any of the person and the department is thinks fit that which is not practical to seize any of the items, then all the items they kept in the one of the almirah or one of the room, and that particular room or almirah, the income tax department seal, that is called the prohibitory order. In that prohibitory, in the almirah and the room, it is seen that books of account, money, bullion, jewelry, other valuable article, which is not practical to seize and take to the income tax department, that particular item they seize, because during the course of search, sometime department, it is not practical to seize each and everything, and it is not, time is also not permitted for the income tax department to take the value of each and every item. So they take the prohibitory order on this particular item. They seize each and every item in one particular almirah and the room, and they give the prohibitory order to the particular SSC. Friends, again, it is very important that your current account can be seized by the income tax department or not. Any businessman current account can be seized by the income tax department. Answer is very well no, friends. Current account cannot be seized by the income tax department during the course of the search. Finally, the income tax department prepare the Panchnama, and Panchnama copy given to the SSC at the completion of the search. Again, on the Panchnama, again, 2 witness sign in must be required, whoever sign on the time of the search warrant. Same witness will be signed on the Panchnama. On the Panchnama, again, it is to be written by the warrant in the name of. It is very important. Or if any warrant in the name of Mr. Vishnu Kumar Agrawal, whether the block assessment can be done in the name of Vishnu Kumar Agrawal HUF also. So it will be, I will discuss on the later on, but in the Panchnama, it is the whatever name on the search warrant it is written, same name in the written of the Panchnama, whatever item they are seized, each and every item bifurcated in the Panchnama, and who are the officers on that particular premises, that bifurcation again they are given in the Panchnama. So Panchnama is the whole of the summary of the search. So it is again very important of thing, search warrant, 2 independent witness, and the Panchnama. 3 are the most important tool in the search. Friends, what are the rights of the SSC? So always take the copy of the Panchnama immediately. Take the inventory, copy must be obtained. Copy of the document seized, make application to fresh copies. Friends, whatever documents is seized by the income tax department, after complete of the search, immediately you give the application to the department to take the copies of the all your document, to take the copy of the statement, because during the course of the search I have seen that more than sometime more than 100%, more than 50%, more than 30% statement is taken during the course of the search. So as soon as the search is completed, just you give an application to the income tax wing, your concerned deputy director of the income tax, that is called DDIT, to give the each and every copy of the statement and the seized material and the soft copy of the digital evidence, and all the documents is seized by the department. Friends, these are the most of the cases we give the application to the DDIT, and the DDIT give each and every paper within 7 days or 30 days after scanning of the each and every paper. Friends, most important thing during the course of search is the cooperate with the proceeding, because if you will cooperate, answer each and every question, friends, your 50% work must be completed, work will happen, and your search may be diluted very well. So cooperate to the department, always say right answer, give to the department, so your 90 to 80% work automatically be completed. Friends, again, it is very important. If you are removing any valuable articles, documents, books of account, noting, diaries, friends, it is comes to the trouble to your SSC. Mislead of the facts, try to destroy any books of accounts, noting, diaries, etc. Friends, it is again very important thing. So not destroy anything from the search premises, not remove anything from the search premises. Friends, what is the appraisal report? You have heard that Deputy Director of Income Tax, after complete of the search, they prepare one appraisal report. So whatever document they gathered from your during the course of search and post-search proceeding, whatever statement is taken and whatever evidence he has gathered, all the evidence, all the statement he give in the appraisal report. He prepared the appraisal report with a reasonable time period, and in the appraisal report he also quantify that this income has been escaped from the income from the income tax. Friends, this is the call appraisal report. Appraisal report is very important document after the search. This appraisal report is approved by the DI, Director of the Income Tax. This appraisal report is prepared by the Deputy Director of Income Tax, approved by the Additional Director of the Income Tax, and finally the Director of the Income Tax is signed, and it is forwarded to the Central Circle Commissioner, and Central Circle Commissioner is this forwarded to the assessing officer to do the assessment. This is called the appraisal report. Appraisal report is very important document for the assessment proceeding. So whatever statement is taken during the course of search, and whatever evidence is gathered during the course of search and the post search, and the statement is taken after the post search, each and every document is recorded in the appraisal report. Friends, so post search validity, whether this search is valid search or not, again it is very important question. Sometime Mr. Ram is searched by the income tax department, and after the search is Ram is think fits that कि मेरे यहाँ तो सर्च नहीं होनी थी, मेरे यहाँ सर्च कैसे हो गई, मेरे यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा एविडेंस नहीं मिला डिपार्टमेंट को कि मेरे यहाँ पे सर्च होनी थी. Friends, these are the three important criteria for the search, validity of the search, section 132(1)(a), 132(1)(b), and 132(1)(c. If three criteria is simultaneously fulfilled by the department, then only search is happen. Friends, ऐसा नहीं है कि रात को कोई DDIT इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट को लगता है कि सुबह मुझे विष्णु कुमार अग्रवाल के यहाँ पे सर्च करनी है और मॉर्निंग के अंदर विष्णु अग्रवाल के यहाँ पे सर्च हो जाती है. Friends, when all the three criteria of section 132 is satisfied by the department, then only search, confidential search satisfaction note is prepared by the income tax department. What is 132(1)(a)? Non-compliance to the summon under section 131(1)(a) and non-compliance of section 142(1). What is 132(1)(b)? Notice has been issued, would be issued, but such person might not produce document in respect of the any proceeding under the act, and possession of the any undisclosed money, bullion, jewelry, or any other valuable thing. If department is thinks fit that this particular person is possession of the undisclosed money, bullion, jewelry, and other valuable thing, and he has not complied with the summon under section 131(1) and notice of 142(1), and if notice has been issued, would be issued, but the such person might not produce any document in respect of the any proceeding under the act. If three criteria simultaneously fulfill, then any search has been happen. Otherwise, the search cannot be done on any of the person. And one most important criteria, reason to believe and not reason to suspect. What is reason to believe? The reason to believe that if search is happen, then this person must be possession of the undisclosed income, money, bullion, and jewelry, and the person has not complied with the summon under section 131(1) and 142(1). If he have only suspect that Mr. Vishnu Agrawal is having so much money, and tomorrow if I go to the Vishnu Agrawal home, I will find out this type of the money. Friends, this is only suspect. He has reason to believe that Mr. XYZ is having the undisclosed money, bullion, and jewelry. Then only search has been happen. Friends, so many times, so many person has challenged the search in the court that this search is not a valid search, and I believe that this search not be happen on me. Friends, in the recent case of the Pramod Swarup Agrawal versus PDIT investigation, Allahabad High Court has held that this search is not a valid search. If you call to this particular person by way of the summon or the notice, the person must come and attend the search, attend your proceeding, and the search is invalid search. This is the very recent 2025 writ petition cases of the Allahabad High Court, and so many cases which in the case of the CIT versus Vindhya Metal Corporation, Madhu Gupta versus DIT investigation, 2013 very recent case, again also CIT versus Nanlal Thailini, SR Batleboy and Company, this type of the cases where the person has challenged the search that this search is the invalid search. After the analysis of each and every document, the High Court has given the judgment that this search is the invalid search. Friends, what is the retraction? Again, it is very important thing that what is the retraction? Friends, during the course of the search, if any person thinks fit that my statement, my deposition has been taken on the forcefully, then he can retract his statement with the reasonable time period after the search. But if he is retracting the search, which is not a lawfully, then again this retraction is not a valid retraction. It is the afterthought retraction. So if any person thinks that I have not given any statement and this statement is written, then he can retract any statement on the oath after the reasonable time period of the search. Friends, again, it is very important that during the course of the search, this type of the document has been found. Just I described this is only example. This is the case number 1. On the 10th January 2024, 1000 has been written. On the 15th Feb, 250 rupees has been written. And on 31st May, 755 rupees has been written. Some department says that this is the 1 lakh rupees. The SSC says that it is the 1000 rupees. So who is the correct? In the case number 2, in case number 1, only name and amount has been written. In case number 2, the name, date and amount, 3 things has been written. In case number 1, name has not been written. In case number 2, along with the amount, name also has been written. This is the Ram, Syam and Arun. Friends, in case number 3, again it is written that Mr. Ram has given the money, Mr. Syam has received the money, and Mr. Arun has received the money. In case number 1 and 2, only name has been written. In case number 3, again this bifurcation has been written that this is the amount has been received or this amount has been given. In case number 4, very specifically has been written that this is the received, this is the expenses, this is the loan, and this is the interest on the loan. Friends, in this particular voucher, it is written that Mr. MD Abdul, 15 rupees, whether it is received or given. But in the tally entry, it is written that Mr. 15 lakh rupees has been given to Mr. Abdul. So friends, all these papers, what is the legal validity of this paper? What statement you have given at the time during the course of the search and the post-search analysis, what written submission you have given, and in the assessment proceeding, what you have given for this particular paper. This is the most important thing. First thing, on the case number 1, on the 10th of the January, 1000 has been written, whether it is added under section 68, 69, 69A, or any of the other section, whether this is the expenses, whether this is the income. Unless and until whether any corroborative evidence is not found during the course of the search, along with this type of the paper, friends, the court had held that this is the dumped document. So at the time of the search, what statement your client has given, and in the post-search analysis, what paper you have filed to explain this particular document, and in the assessment proceeding in the central circle, again, what explanation you have given for this type of the paper, it is very important for the addition under section 68, 69, or any of the section of the income tax. If what explanation you have provided during the course of the search, whether this is the dump document, whether this is the rough noting, whether this is the only noting, whether this transaction has been happened or not. So each and every criteria has been very important during the course of the search. Friends, during the course of the search, this type of the WhatsApp chat is also found. Please give 25 kg to the Chotu. This 25 kg is the 25 lakhs rupees. whether this is the 20 kg, 25 kg, or whether this is the 25,000 rupees, and this is the mention that I have received the 25 kg and balance is 5 kg. Whether the addition has been made for this electronic data, WhatsApp chat or not, again it is a very important to say that how you give the after the post search analysis, how you file each and every paper, how you give your comment during the after the post search analysis. Friends, in the Surat tribunal, it is given the very good judgment. Loose papers found during the course of search to be treated as a dump document. Friends, you just read whole of this judgment. It is very important, very good judgment given by the Surat tribunal that all the loose papers found during the course of search, and it is not supported by any corroborative evidence. It is just like a dump document. Friends, all the electronic material without corroborative evidence is treated as a dump document. Mumbai Tribunal has given, this is Rucha Consultancy LLP versus DCIT, again a very good judgment. Whenever any electronic document material is found, just like WhatsApp chat, Excel sheet in the computer, and it is not supported by the corroborative evidence, it is called as a dump document. Friends, loose paper are irrelevant as evidence not admissible, because unless and until any corroborative evidence is not found during the course of search, along with these loose papers, the document is called as just a dump document. So many, I have given the judgment also on this dump document, whether it is a dump document or whether it is not a dump document. It is very important. It is very analysis document, because in whatever statement is given by your client at the time of the search and the post search analysis, again it is very important whether it is a dump document or non-dump document. Friends, e-evidence found during the course of the search, whether it is admissible or not admissible, already we have discussed during the course of our dump document proceeding. So again, it is very important. So in the during course of the search, friends, three types of the things is evaluated by the assessing officer. Number one, during the course of the search, any diary has been found, any written statement has been found, any property paper has been found, and which is not recorded in the books of account. Number two, the entry which is recorded in the books of account and any increment material is not found during the course of the search. Say 1 crore rupees, the accommodation entry paper is already recorded in the books of account. 1 crore rupees is the unsecured loan accommodation entry is recorded in the books of account, but there is no increment material found during the course of the search, whether the addition is sustained or not. Friends, the Supreme Court has given very good decision in case of the PCIT versus Abyssal Buildchem Private Limited. Whenever any no increment material is found during the course of the search, addition cannot be sustained. Whether it is accommodation entry or not, it is a separate matter. But if any increment material is found during the course of search and along with the corroborative evidence, then only addition can be sustained during the assessment proceeding of any search. So it is very good judgment of the Abyssal Buildwell Private Limited when no increment material has been found during the course of the search. Friends, what is the increment material? If any entry is recorded in the books of account and in support of that entry, if any Excel sheet, any paper is found that cash has been given in respect to this particular entry, which is recorded in the books of account, that is called increment material. Whether any statement is the increment material or not. Again, it is a very disputed in the eyes of the court. If any person is giving the statement that I have given the accommodation entry to Mr. XYZ, and XYZ is also accepted that I have taken this accommodation entry, whether this is the increment material or not. Again, it is a very important to analysis, because increment material, court has decided that statement is not increment material. Any supporting document, corroborative document has been found during the course of the search to support that particular entry, then it is called the increment material. And corroborative evidence is again found to support that particular amount, diary, loose paper, whatever documents found during the course of the search. Otherwise, it is called as a dump document. So increment material to found for the existing entry for the books of account, it is a very important criteria for addition during the course of the assessment proceeding. In CIT versus Deepak Kumar Agrawal, Bombay High Court has again very described, given the order that unless and until any increment material has been found during the course of the search, friends, that addition not sustained in the eyes of the law. So many decisions again I have described here. Because of the limitation of the time, I can't analysis each and every our case law is given by our Honorable High Court, the Supreme Court, and the Tribunal. But if no increment material is found during the course of the search, in case of the Abhisar builder, Supreme Court has given very good decision that no addition can be made. Friends, in case of the no evidence, no corroborative evidence is found during the course of the search for any loose paper, loose sheet, again no addition cannot be sustained. So there are two most important criteria: no increment material found and no corroborative evidence is found. So just to give any presentation for your client, written submission for your client, just to read out this, all the case laws is given by from time to time. Friends, section after the assessment proceeding in the central circle, again within the time period of the 2 year, the principal commissioner of the income tax can revision your order which is given by the assessing officer. Friends, whether in any order is passed by the in the central circle with the approval of the joint commissioner, whether that order can be revised by the principal commissioner of the income tax or not. Any order is passed in the central circle, whether that particular order, which the approval of the joint commissioner, whether that order is revised by the principal commissioner of the income tax. Friends, the time to time, so many judgment has been given by the tribunal and the high court that whenever any order is passed by the assessing officer with the approval of the joint commissioner in the central circle, that order cannot be revised by the principal commissioner of the income tax unless and until the approval from the joint commissioner of income tax cannot be revoked. जब तक जॉइंट कमिश्नर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स की जो अप्रूवल दी हुई है किसी भी ऑर्डर को पास करने के लिए, उसको जब तक रिवोक नहीं करेंगे, तब तक प्रिंसिपल कमिश्नर ऑफ इनकम टैक्स उस ऑर्डर को रिवीजन नहीं कर सकता अंडर सेक्शन 263. सो इन द केस ऑफ द पीसीआईटी वर्सेस Parkhat Developer Private Limited, the Madhya Pradesh High Court has given that the 153D approval is given by the Joint Commissioner of the Income Tax, Additional Commissioner of the Income Tax before passing of the order, and the 153D approval unless and until the revoke of the 153D approval, the Principal Commissioner of the Income Tax cannot revise the order of which is passed by the 263. This judgment I am analyzing here because in the search proceeding, all the assessment is done by the central circle, and each and every order which is passed by the assessing officer is taken the approval from the additional commissioner under section 153D. Sorry friends, 153D. So it is very important to note wherever any order is passed by the superior authority taken by the approval under section 153D, that particular order is not revised by the principal commissioner of the income tax under section 153D. The Delhi Tribunal has also given in the Devendra Kumar Gupta versus PCIT, where 153D is taken the approval, that particular order cannot be revised by the principal commissioner of the income tax. Again, in the Abba Bansal case versus PCIT, the Delhi Tribunal has held that if approval is taken under section 153D, the commissioner cannot be revise this particular order. Friends, so many things I have described here in the most important criteria of the search. And what is the post-search analysis? is the very important thing for any of the case in the search cases. Friends, in India, only 200 to 300 chartered accountants are doing the practice of the search cases. So my request to my all the young chartered accountant to analysis each and every case law, always read one case law of the search and seizure of the High Court or the Supreme Court or the tribunal. So automatically you will can judge to do the practice of the search and seizure in the income tax wing cases. Friends, you will not lose the cases if you have the primary knowledge of the search and seizure. In search and seizure, in my understanding, only 5 to 6 things always comes into the picture: unaccounted stock, unaccounted cash, unaccounted jewelry, unaccounted bullions, jewelry, things, valuable your articles, any accommodation entry of the bookshop account. These are the 5 to 6 things, and any technical search where section 80IB and any other section has been deduction has been taken by your client. Friends, in most of the search, I've seen that 5 to 6 bogus purchase, bogus sale, bogus donation, these type of the things always comes for the search and survey matter. Friends, search can be happen in any time during the daytime from morning 6 a.m. to evening 6 a.m. 6 p.m. and survey most of the cases the department do after 10 o'clock at the office premises. In the case of the search, department can enter each and every premises of your house, your shop, your godown, your factory premises. And in the case of the survey, it is limited to the only and only office premises, and department can't enter into your resident premises. So this is the basic difference between search and the survey. And friends, survey assessment and the search assessment is totally different. If department has things fit according to the appraisal report that 1000 crore rupees addition proposed by in the appraisal report, and he is doing the 1000 crore rupees of the addition in the assessment order, friends, the SSC has always right to challenge that particular so cause notice is given by the department. And if income tax department is things fit after the analysis all the data, he can deviate from the appraisal report also. Appraisal report is a very confidential document between department to department. Income tax investigation being give this particular copy to the central circle. Central circle officer analyzes the appraisal report, and according to his best of the knowledge, he give the notices to the SSC. Extract of the appraisal report he give, not whole of the appraisal report he give to the any SSC, because it is very confidential document between department to department. So if at the time of the assessment also, if department is things fit that this appraisal report is given by the 100 crore rupees is overvalued, he can send this, that is called deviation report, to the investigation wing. Investigation wing again give his opinion on that deviation report, whether this addition is sustainable or not sustainable, whether this addition is right or wrong. According to that, again the central circle deputy commissioner of income tax taken his view that this addition is sustained or not. Friends, that is called the deviation report, which is sent by the central circle to the investigation wing. So many things comes into the picture. We have the 40 minutes, and I think we have lot of question. So I request Daya madam to give one by one question to describe each and everything from our audience. Daya ji.
Yes, sir.
Madam, we can take the question, or if you permit,
Hanji,
I can
Hanji.
again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam.
So we have hello.
Yes,
Hello?
madam. Yes, madam. Yes,
आवाज
madam.
आ रहा है ना सर?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Sir, we have the first question from CA Ratan Sharma, Amravati. He want to know that enlightenment on the filing of the return in such cases as well as the amendment particulars to be taken while filing return in such cases.
Ratan Sharma ji is my very good friend from Amravati. Ratan ji, it is very good question. Now the filing of the return in the search cases is revised by in last financial year by the CBDT. From 1/4/2021, the CBDT has changed the provision for every year filing for last 10 years. In 1/4/2021, the Finance Act has been changed for revising the last 10 years filing the return. But after the in 1/4/2024, the again block assessment concept has been came. For example, the search has been done on the 6th Feb 2025. Friends, then the last 6 preceding year and the 11 months period up to the Feb. This period is the called as a block assessment. It is called just like the 6.5 year, the filing of the total tax return. Before that, it was the year by year return, and the assessment is also done by the year by year. Again, the 148 issued by the Central Circle for each and every assessment year. In response to 148, we file the income tax return, and the assessment is done by the assessing officer. In last budget, the Finance Act has been changed. In that, again, the block assessment system is introduced by the CBDT. In that, up to the date of the search, and in last 6 year, in list, I can say the example for the 6.5 year, return is filed by the SEC. Only single return will be filed in response to that particular search, and the assessment has been done for this particular year. Ratan Sharma, you are agree, sir, this? Yes, madam. Second question.
Sir, we have the Nikita ma'am from the Pune. She wants to know that jewelry include the bullion also. If yes, can it be considered under the 500 grams?
Bullions are not included in the jewelry. Already I explained during the course of my presentation. Bullions is the separate from the jewelry, and bullion is not considered for the 500 grams. Jewelry is totally different and bullion is totally different. Silver is not included for the 500 gram. Any bullion is not included. Diamond is not included. This type of the things is not included. Only and only jewelry is included for the 500 gram.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have the one question for the service, sir. He want to know कि search के अंदर जो address लिखा हुआ है वो ही compulsory होना चाहिए. Mention of the residence of the assessee is enough for the search, or exact address of the residence mentioned in the warrant.
सर्च वारंट में एग्जैक्ट एड्रेस लिखा हुआ रहता है. सर्च वारंट में सिर्फ ये लिखा हुआ नहीं रहता है कि विष्णु अग्रवाल मुंबई, विष्णु अग्रवाल फ्लैट नंबर सो एंड सो, लोकेलिटी इज सो एंड सो, पिन कोड इज सो एंड सो. एग्जैक्ट एड्रेस लिखा हुआ रहेगा. सम टाइम this is the practical faced by the income tax department also. There are 4 brothers living on the first floor, second floor, third floor, and fourth floor. Search is only on the second floor person, and the whole premises address has been written in the search warrant. Sometime the person who is living on the second floor, address is written on the first floor, and the search is on the second floor person. That's the search party cannot enter into the second floor premises. So exact address must be written on the search warrant, because sometime in the big premises, it is face the problem that Mr. Verma, there are 5 Verma living in the from first floor, second floor, third floor, 8th floor, 10th floor. Then who is the Mr. Right Verma to enter into the search premises? So flat number, exact address, wing, locality, these are the exact address must be written on the search warrant as well as in the Panchnama also. So exact address must be required. not only Mr. Vishnu Agarwal Mumbai or Mr. Vishnu Agarwal Borivali or Mr. Vishnu Agarwal in the so and so premises. Flat number and exact address, because 3 or 4 persons are living in that particular premises, and along with the PIN number also. Permanent account number is also required to on the search warrant.
Okay.
So I
we
think
have
you
the-
satisfied with my address, with my answer, that only initial address is not required. The exact address is required on the search warrant.
So we have with
Yes,
us from the Kolkata, Anup Kumar sir. He have the two question. One is, जैसा कि आपने बोला 500 grams allow है, तो he want to know कि above the 500 grams, the other jewelry, entire jewelry will be seized, or above the 500 gram will be seized, or suppose cash in hand as per the books, which we withdraw for the personal purpose also, that also can be seized by the department.
cash in hand, which is your bookshop account. For example, day before yesterday, you withdraw 10 lakhs rupees from your bank account, and the search is happen after 2 days. Friends, this 10 lakh rupees, they cannot be seized because it is comes under the cash in hand of your bookshop account. Sometime the person not maintain bookshop account, but they can show from the bank statement that before day before yesterday or before 15 days, I have withdrawn this particular amount. The department will not seize that particular amount. And with regard to the jewelry of the 500 grams, friends, on up to 500 grams jewelry, the department will not seize. If any person is having 1000 gram, 1 kg gold of the jewelry, and 500 grams, the department will not seize. Only 500 balance jewelry, the department will seize. Number one. Number two, if you have 500 gram jewelry in your bookshop account, in your wealth tax return, total 1 kg gold jewelry has been found during the course of the search. 500 grams, your disclosure in the bookshop account, and balance 500 gram, you have not disclosed in the bank bookshop account. Again, the department will not seize 1 kg your gold and jewelry, because 500 gram is already in the bookshop account, and 500 gram which is not in your bookshop account, but as per the CBDT circular, this gold and jewelry will not seize by the department. Again, the question has been comes, if you will say that this 1 kg gold, 1 kg jewelry, it is on the only 80% jewelry, means 20% is not the gold purity, it is only 80% purity gold. Friends, at the time of the search, if you have seen that valuer is called, whether this jewelry is the 100%, 80%, 90% or 60%, valuer is value that particular jewelry, and he give the report that this is only 80%, 70%. According to that, the jewelry has been seized by the income tax department. 500 pure gold jewelry is not seized by the department. If 600 gram jewelry is found, and that is 80% of the purity, friends, the 600 gram jewelry is not seized by the department. So only and only 500 grams jewelry they left, and on and above 500 grams jewelry, the department is seized by the income tax department.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have from the Bangalore, Daya Sharan sir. You want to know कि wealth tax return now it is impossible. So what is the remedy?
Just repeat the question.
It is impossible to file the wealth tax return. So what is the
Yes.
remedy against that?
Yes. Wealth tax return is discontinued from the assessment year 16-17. So now all the jewelry we disclose in our regular income tax return. You file the income tax return, you show each and every jewelry, whatever you buying in the year wise. In this year, I have buying this particular jewelry along with your invoices and vouchers and the bills. So after 2016, the wealth tax return has been discontinued by the CBDT. So we disclose each and every jewelry in our regular return of the income.
So we have with us from Mumbai, Shyam Sundar Gupta ji. He want to know whether any jewelry gold coin purchased in cash and supported by the bill can be challenged if the purchase is more than 6 years old.
Yes, very good question. If jewelry is purchased before 6 year and in the cash, whether it is challenged or not, friends, now the Benami Act has came. So this type of the property is called the Benami property, which is not supported by the your regular bookshop account and your unaccounted cash and money. When Benami Act was not there, that time, if you prove that this particular jewelry you purchase in the cash, that time this particular amount is not seized. Friends, I take one very good example. In 2002, when I became a chartered accountant, I was working with the Vimal Punmya and Company. One search is done by one of our client that time in the 2002. In the bank locker, the department has found 5 to 6 crore of the rupees. During the course of the search, the department has asked to pay the taxes on that 6 crore rupees. Friends, that particular fellow has said, no, I will not pay the taxes on this 6 crore of the rupees. The department was also surprised that 6 crore rupees has been found in the locker, bank locker, and he is saying that I will not pay the taxes. The department has asked the various questions to him. He has told that this locker I have not operated in the last 6 years because my wife has been died before 8 years, and after my wife has been died, I have not particular operated this particular locker. So in that, the statement has been also taken by the bank manager when this locker has been operated from the last 8 years, whether this locker has been operated or not. Friends, this particular currency has sent to the RBI for the check whether this currency has been printed within 8 years or before 8 years. The RBI has given the certificate that this currency has been printed before 8 years. This locker has not been operated in the last 8 years. Friends, the particular person has not paid the taxes. But now the Benami Act has been came. So if income tax if you prove that this particular coin is purchased before 6 years in the cash, friends, again you will come in the trouble in the Benami Act because Benami Act is from 1/4/2016 that if any property which is not supported and explanation is not given by the SEC, that is called the Benami property. So in Income Tax Act, if you prove that this jewelry has been purchased before 6 years, coin has been purchased before 6 years, but all the properties seized by in the Benami Act also. That time the Benami Act was not there, but nowadays the Benami Act is there.
Yeah. So we have one question from the Mumbai, Amit sir. He want to know, is any time limit for appraisal report?
Normally the 90 days time limit is given in the Act for the appraisal report, but the assessing officer, the DDIT, the deputy director of the commissioner, is thinks fit that this 90 days is not enough. He take the extension for 120 days, 180 days, 200 days. In my meanwhile, he can file the one report, and after that one supplementary appraisal report he can also file. So normally in the case of the 180 days or 200 days or 210 days, 6 to 7 months they take for the appraisal report. They take the internal extension from his DIT and the DG for preparing this appraisal report. Normally this time has been given for the 90 days.
Sir, from Chennai, we have the Ramakrishnan sir. He want to know, suppose search is more than 1 day. For example, 2 days or 3 days. So for each day, we require the different witnesses or all day same witnesses are okay?
Retraction. He is asking for the witness.
Witness.
Yes. फ्रेंड्स, सर्च नॉर्मली 6 से 7 दिन चलती है, एक दिन के अंदर सर्च कंप्लीट नहीं होती है. I have already told that the person who came for the witness, at the time of the initiation of the search, same person will sign the panchnama. So always witness is the same, not required the separate witness for every day. Witness must be same for 6 days, 7 days. Number one. Number two, If search is happen on the 7 to 8 premises for the same locality, friends, the punches is for, the witness is for all the 7 premises is the different. No same witness for the all the 7 to 8 premises. So, and for each and every day, witness is the same, not a separate witness.
And sir, one question from the Mumbai member is CM Amit sir. He want to know if search warrant in the name of husband and this statement is taken by the wife, so can it be challenged?
Statement, if search warrant in the name of the husband and statement is taken of the wife, friends, is not be challenged, because during the course of the search, if the income tax department is thinks fit that his wife is also knowledge of all the things, then he take the statement of the his wife also, and the husband also, his main officers also, CEO, CFO, and any main person also. Sometime in the course of the search, the department is thinks fit that his peon, his main person, his cook, having the knowledge of each and everything, and his wife mobile, his peon mobile, his main CEO person, CFO person, each and every mobile in the WhatsApp details. So many things are there, and they are also knowledge of the business. They have also knowledge of the any hidden property. They can take the statement of any of the person in the premises. So this statement cannot be challenged.
And sir, one question from the Kolkata Anup sir, whether any statement given under oath before the authorized officer will be an admissible evidence during the course of search.
Yes, this is the admissible evidence, because every statement you are giving at the time of the search with the full sound proof, full of the knowledge. So it is the admissible evidence.
And he also want to know undisclosed cash seized during the course of search. And it is already written as income from other sources under the ITR under the compliances to section 148 also, which will be taxed under 69A again during this time of assessment in central circle.
If any case which is already taxed, department can't tax it twice. एक प्रॉपर्टी पे एक इनकम पे 2 बार डिपार्टमेंट टैक्स नहीं लगाता है. So always, how you prove whether this case belongs to this income from other sources, whether this is the same case or whether this is the different case. If this case is you have not deposited in your bank account, then it is the same case. If you have already deposited this particular cash income to the bank account, then it is a different case. So department can't taxes one income in the twice. एक इनकम को 2 बार इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट टैक्स नहीं लगा सकता है और नहीं लगाता भी नहीं.
We have the Lokesh sir from the Nashik. He want to know that during the search, the present employees of the company, is their mobile also can be seized?
Yes. During the course of the search, the mobile can't be seized. Always they take the backup of the mobile. In the promoter also, owner also, his family member also, mobile cannot be seized. Only they take the backup of the mobile, backup of all the computers, backup of all the laptops. All the digital evidence, they take the backup, and not they seize the mobile and computer.
We have with us from Navi Mumbai, Aishwarya Mittal. Want to know that how long we do keep the credit card statement, old passbook and closed bank account?
Right now, 6.5 years or 7 years. Last 7 years, we have to keep all the bank passbook, credit card statement. But in case of the Benami transaction, there is no time limit. From 1/4/2016, you have to keep each and every bank passbook and the credit card. But as a normal businessman, you have to keep only 7 years bank statement and credit card statement and all your bookshop account. Because beyond 7 years, department can't go.
Okay. From New Delhi, we have Vijay Kumar sir with us. He want to know how the diamond are evaluated and taken into the account in search process.
for the diamond, independent valuer, the income tax department has called, who is the empanelment for the valuation for the diamond, gold, and the jewelry. Sometimes some people is not expert for the diamond, so they call the independent valuer from the market, who is empanelment for the valuation of the diamond. That particular valuer give the dimension of the value of that particular diamond. Accordingly, they have seized and taxes for that particular diamond.
So we have from Kolkata Shivang Chaparia. He want to know what if department refused to take note of my point in Wakalatnama while making me sign it. I do not fully agree. Will it still need to sign or ask for the changes?
Again, he repeat the question. He want to ask that in Wakalatnama, in the letter of
Wakalatnama
authority.
में बोल रहे कि some points he is not agree, so he changed that full, or he can ask for the changes of that Wakalatnama, or he can sign that.
In Wakalatnama department cannot be asked to change. Wakalatnama he can accept. Only the statement is not given by that particular authorized representative. Always statement is given by the person who has been searched. Otherwise, each and every paper, the lawyer and the chartered accountant and the authorized representative, he can submit. Only statement is given by that particular person only who has searched, or whatever the department he deems fit during the course of the post search proceeding also, and during the course of the search also.
So we have from the Coimbatore, Suresh sir, he want to know whether suppression of income from supply of goods found during the income tax search be declared voluntary in the GST return. So how to disclose it for the past period in GST return?
In the GST return or income tax return?
He is asking for the GST return.
I think he want to ask. I think he want to ask for the income tax return.
Yes, maybe.
So in the block return, now the concept of the block return. So whatever excess stock which is valued in the course of the search, or whatever excess stock which you want to, which is not valued in the course of the search also, and whatever you want to disclose in this particular search, in the block income tax return, you can mention that this is my excess stock which we are offering for the tax. So it is the separate line in the new block assessment return.
Okay. So we have the Girish from the Mumbai. He want to say that in one of my client case, the person on whom raid had happened and he accepted all the cheat fund from the premises is correct and is ready to pay also. So his question is now, if the raid officer found cheat of the name Amitabh Bachchan, then whether the income tax officer send a notice to Amitabh Bachchan. It is no way written as Amitabh Bachchan is a person who is the actor of Indian cinema or some other person from the Sikkim. My client has received notice.
So it is very interesting question, friends. During the course of search, what happened? I have taken the example that one paper has been found during the course of search. It has been written that this is the Ram, Syam, and Arun. There are several Ram, Syam, and Arun. So who is the Ram, Syam, and Arun? It is not identified. So we call this is the dump document. Friends, again, when 1 lakh rupees is been written in this particular paper for the name of the Ram. So again, there are two assessment. One addition is in the case of the where search has been happened, and another 148 case is reopened. Who the person who is the Ram? So in his case, who is the Amitabh Bachchan for that particular person for the 148 case? Friends, you establish that I may not Amitabh Bachchan belongs to that particular search, friends, and this cash transaction is not belongs to me. This paper is not belongs to me. Then the addition is not done in your hand. And if any case, if addition is done by the assessment officer, assessing officer, you can challenge in the appeal that this paper is not belongs to me and the addition cannot be done in my hand, because in the search cases it is normally done, because the same name so many people are there, but normally the department has taken the statement of the search party that who is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, what is the address of this Amitabh Bachchan, whether this Amitabh Bachchan is that particular person or not. Until if search person has given the statement that he is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, but Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is not satisfied that I may not Amitabh Bachchan, then he can challenge it anytime during the course of the assessment proceeding, and he proved that I am not a person, his name is written, he can take the cross-examination from this particular person who has given the statement, and department will give the cross-examination to that particular person that whether he is the right person or any other person case has been reopened. So you take the cross-examination, the person who has given the statement during the course of the search and taken your name, whether you are the right person or any other person is the right person. You call the cross-examination from the assessing officer, and assessing officer will duty bound to give to the cross-examination in this type of the cases where you are saying that I am not a person related to that statement.
Okay. Sir, we have the Satish sir from the Thane. He want to know, is there any cap for the silver also like gold?
No, there is no cap for the silver. Only jewelry is given 500 gram for the married woman, 250 gram for the unmarried woman, and 100 gram for the for the male members. Friends, why this 500 gram cap has been given? This is again very interesting. Before 1980, there was no cap, and whenever any search has been happen of the any premises, and wherever any unaccounted jewelry is found by the department can seize each and every ornaments, just like Mangal Sutra, bangles, anything they can seize from the search party. Friends, it is debated in the parliament, and ultimately they have decided that in India 5 to 6 things like Mangal Sutra, bangles, har, they are they are the types of the ornaments where any married woman believe that these are my own ornaments, my father has given, my father-in-law has given, so that in the debate of the parliament, these 500 gram for the married woman, 250 gram for unmarried women, and 100 gram for the male members, they have kept the department will not seize this 850 gram jewelry from any of the premises. So silver is not included in this cap.
सर ये जो ग्राम्स है, नाउ माय क्वेश्चन, तो अपने को इनहेरिटेंस में भी कुछ मिला हुआ रहता है, तो वो भी फिर उसके अब
850 ग्राम उसी इनहेरिटेंस के लिए ही है। यदि आपको लगता है कि इनहेरिटेंस में आपको 2 किलो गोल्ड मिला है, 5 किलो गोल्ड मिला है, उसके लिए आपके पास में विल होनी चाहिए, आपके पास में गिफ्ट डीड होनी चाहिए। अदरवाइज द डिपार्टमेंट विल थिंक्स फिट दैट 850 ग्राम इज इनफ। इफ यू हैव द विल of your father-in-law, and any of the person, your nana, nani.
The proper documentation if have
yes,
them
proper document, then you have the 100 kg gold, there is no problem.
Okay. So one question from the member, that during the search and seizure, our seized goods has damaged. So we can claim the value of that seized object from the department.
Yes. Department not seize any items, goods which is damaged, because during the course of the search, sometime department thinks that इस सोफे के अंदर कुछ होगा, इस छत में कुछ होगा, and this sofa is break by the department, and there is no thing is found in the sofa, particular sofa. Friends, department is duty bound to repair the sofa as where condition it was first there, and department not seize the stock in trade which things is the damage. So all the hard items that is seized by the department, otherwise the department is the value of that particular property and taxes.
So we have so many questions for the PPT and something others questions
yes,
also.
Yes. So, you tell me, we have the 10 minutes.
Yes. So one
So in question
person-
answer only all the doubts has been solved. If no question has been come, then I believe that no one has understand. If so many questions coming, then I believe that everyone is understanding.
So we have the Balkrishna Agrawal from the Akola. He want to know that when appraisal report is wrong, it can be challenged in initial issue before the appellate authority.
Appraisal report is the internal document from department to department. So we are not seen, we can't see the appraisal report. Assessing officer gives only the notice in which he valued that this is the unaccounted property, unaccounted stock, unaccounted cash, jewelry found during the course of the search. And the appraisal, whatever mentioned in the appraisal report, always the Deputy Director of Income Tax, DDIT, take the statement of the particular person. So first we challenge that particular statement of the himself, the person who has given the statement that I have, for example, one crore rupees cash has been found during the course of the search. Then his statement is challenged first. Whether this 1 crore rupees has been found or not, whether excess stock has been found or not, whether accommodation entry has been found or not. In that first DDIT taken the oath in the statement record itself from the promoter, from the person who have searched, then he prepared the appraisal report. Appraisal report is the internal document of the department to department. We can't challenge the appraisal report because we have not seen the appraisal report. If you want to challenge, then you challenge the so-cause notice. Notice is given by the department. That notice you can challenge, but you can't challenge the appraisal report because you have not seen the appraisal report. In the RTI also, you can't demand the appraisal report. If in RTI, if you will demand the appraisal report, department will not give to you. It is a summary of the statement, summary of the analysis, which is found during the course of the search.
From Jamnagar, we have the Dushyant sir with us. He want to know how to claim the cash seized deposited in PD account. Is it available to set off against advance tax?
Yes. Whatever cash is seized during the course of the search, first the department is deposited into the PD account. After the complete of the assessment, we have to write one letter to the central circle that this cash has been seized during the course of the search, and this cash you adjust with the demand. If there is no demand, then this particular amount is refunded by the income tax department.
So we have Jatin Bansal from the New Delhi. He want to know that my client is not able to file the ITR under section 148 within the time prescribed by the notice. Now AO is refusing to consider ITR filed letter and proposing to complete assessment ex parte. What can I do? He want to know, sir.
Only income tax officer has power to access the days in which, for example, 180 days time has been given to you to file the ITR form. In 180 days time period, if you are not able to file the income tax return, you make the application to the income tax officer to extend the time limit, and income tax officer has power to extend the time limit. If income tax officer not extend the time limit, then only during the course of assessment proceeding, whatever notices you receive, you compile each and every notice. But the assessment order is passed on the 144 only because you have not filed the income tax return. But if you will give the request letter to the assessing officer, he certainly will extend the time limit to file the income tax return.
So we have the Harshita madam with us from the Pune. She want to know, sir, please elaborate the more about process of challenging the appraisal report.
Appraisal report you can't challenge, madam. Only so-cause notice you can challenge in the High Court, because appraisal report is, again I am discussing that appraisal report is the internal document of the department to department. You have not seen how you will challenge this particular fellow. appraisal report you have not seen, department not give as a official document to the appraisal report to you. How can challenge the appraisal report to you? You don't know what is written in the appraisal report. How you will be challenged to the appraisal report? You can challenge the search proceeding, whether this search is valid search or not. You can challenge the so-called notice, whether this so-called notice, whatever addition is proposed by the income tax department, whether this is the right or wrong. That thing you can challenge, but you cannot challenge the appraisal report because you have not in your hand the appraisal report.
So one question from the Sivang sir from Kolkata. Income tax does not require the books of accounts maintained beyond the 7 years. And if someone purchased the jewelry in 2015 by cash, invoice is also not available. So it is still going to in Benami.
Yes, if you prove that I have purchased this property, this jewelry in 2015, but how you will prove? Again, it is a question mark. But by any way, if you have proved that this particular property I have purchased in cash in 2015, and this is the source of my cash in the year of the 2015, I have purchased from Mr. Vishnu Agrawal. Vishnu Agrawal is also confirming that I have sell this jewelry to Mr. XYZ, and then only you, if all the angles has been proved, and the assessing officer is satisfied that this particular jewelry you have purchased in the 2015, all the source of income in the cash was right, and then only this not tax in the income tax, because it is limit bar from the 6 year. But in the Benami Act, again you will become in the problem, because the Benami will not be left to you. But in the year of the 2015, again you have to take the chance to, because Benami is applicable from 1/4/2016. It is applicable from 2012. But one important landmark judgment is given by the Supreme Court that before 2016, it is not the Benami property. So you can take that, take the benefit of this particular judgment. But after the 2016, you cannot be left behind the Benami Act.
We have the one question from the Dhaval sir from Chennai. What is the maximum duration until which seized documents and laptop and extra things can be retained by the department?
Laptop, mobile, the department not seize, only they take the backup. And all the original document, whatever document the department seize, within the 15 days, 20 days, or maximum to 30 days, they give the Xerox copy of all the original document. And after complete the assessment, in the central circle, they again return back all the original documents which is seized from the search premises.
Thank you, sir. This all the questions are covered.
So almost only 2 minutes
Because most
is
of the
left.
question has repeated, so already
Yes.
covered in the earlier
So
questions.
thank you very much, Direct Tax Committee. Even though I am a vice chairman of the Direct Tax Committee, but Direct Tax Committee has given me opportunity for sharing my views for the search and seizure. And friends, in last only I say two things, that in the income tax appellate tribunal, I have seen that only not more than 300 chartered accountant across the country, and in the search and seizure cases, only not more than 300 chartered accountant across the country are practicing. It is a very good opportunity for our chartered accountant for doing the practice in the income tax appellate tribunal and in the search and seizure forum. And search and seizure, always in my career, I have seen that it is done on all the big people, big client. So if you do the practice of the search and seizure, all big people will come in the connection with you. In the ITAT also, person who's going to up to the ITAT, all your client is the very big people. So good opportunity for our chartered accountant for doing the practice in the search and seizure and the income tax appellate tribunal. And I thanks to our chairperson of the Vasai branch, Daya Bansalji, for moderating this particular session for my search and seizure. I specifically call to Daya Bansalji 6 to 7 days before that I am a speaker of this particular session and you will moderate of this session. Madam has immediately say, yes, sir, I will moderate this session. So I thanks from my bottom of heart to Directors Committee also, Daya Bansal ji, my Chairman Piyush Chhajer ji, and our Secretary Priya ji for giving this beautiful opportunity for sharing my views. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to you also, sir, for choosing me for the moderating of your session with the Directors Committee.
Thank you.
And thank you all the participants. As I seen your today's webinar, I came to know that totally practical experience you shares. So practical experience become the more practical gain for all the participants. This is not the
Yes.
theoretical which you shared. The way your presentation was wonderful, and I hope, as per my knowledge, all the participants today gain the full knowledge on this topic. Still, anyone have the any questions? Vishnu sir is always available. Can mail, can call also. He is available 24 hours. So thank you each and everyone. Thank you Vishnu sir for giving your valuable time and for this wonderful session.
Thank you, madam. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
each
you.
and everyone. Thank you.